Hello everybody, today is my first book haul of the new year of 2022 and I didn't realize that I had hauled this many books since my last book haul, but apparently I have. I do have a nice variation of books here, and I've got a couple of books that were given to me by friends or publishers as well over Christmas, and I'm very excited to show you. So first off, I have Luminous by Mara Rutherford. This was sent to me unsolicited by Harlequin Teen, and it says, Leora has shone from within ever since a star collided with her house when she was a child. Since that day, she has spent her life indoors, only venturing out on the brightest days when her magic can't be detected. For discovery could mean falling prey to the king's warlock Darius, who uses mage's magic to grow his own power. But when her worst nightmare comes to pass and Darius discovers her, she's not the one taken. Instead, he demands that her younger sister return to the capital with him to work under his watchful eye. To make matters worse, Evren, Leora's childhood friend and the only one who knows her secret, goes missing following Darius's visit, leaving Leora with no one to turn to. To find Evren and to save her sister, Leora must embrace the power she has always feared, but the greatest danger she'll face is yet to come, for Darius has plans in motion that will cause the world to fall into chaos. It has an absolutely stunning cover. I think this one also came out in like October, but I get my mail sent to like a different house and I picked it up at Christmas time and not in like October. So I got this one a little bit late, but I don't know when I'm going to be reading this one, but it does sound interesting. Next up are books that I got from Secret Santa at my work, and the first one is one that was given to me not from my Secret Santa, but from someone else who got this for their Secret Santa, but they already had this, and so they gave it to me because they know that I really wanted to read this series, and that is My Hero Academia Vigilantes Volume 1. I love My Hero Academia, the anime. Like, it's probably one of my favorite animes ever. It is just so good, and it brings me so much joy. I've always said I don't think I'm going to read like the full-on manga of My Hero Academia, but I really want to read Vigilantes because it follows different characters. It's set before the anime takes place as well, and it's a lot shorter than the other manga series. So this is volume 1, which is perfect because I really wanted to read this series anyway, and I'm just really excited because I love this series so much. And secondly is my actual Secret Santa, and I'm actually so happy with this because like I knew that I got in a book because it was very book shaped when it was wrapped up. I ended up getting Breasts and Eggs by Miko Kawakami, and I'm just so excited for this because I've been like enjoying and wanting to read more translated fiction anyway, and I'm just so hyped about this. Like, I've not heard of it or like seen it anywhere, but it sounds really good, so I'm just going to read the synopsis for you. So it says, on a hot summer's day in Tokyo, two sisters are reunited when the elder Makiko travels to the city in search of breast enhancement surgery, accompanied by her sullen and silent teenage daughter. Over the course of their trip, Natsuko's small flat becomes a pressure cooker around them. All three are in the grips of their own battles, with the bodies that betray them year by year, with the way their class constrains them, and yet each also fears that one of the other women will be the thing to truly drag them under. 10 years later, we meet Natsuko again. Now a writer, she finds herself on a journey back to her native city, returning to memories of that summer as she faces her own uncertain future. Honestly, I'm so excited for this book. I absolutely cannot wait. I've not seen anyone talk about this, but it was literally the perfect Secret Santa because one, I don't already own it, and two, it's like something that I've recently been getting into and enjoying anyway, so I'm really happy with this. Next up is a book that I've wanted forever because I'm just obsessed with this edition. I think it's so stunning, and I just haven't been able to find it for like a reasonable price anywhere, and I went over to my friend's house and had a look at her library for the first time, and while I was there I saw this book and remarked on it, and she just told me I could keep it, which is wild. I was not expecting, and that is Girl Serpent Thorn, and it is the Fairy Loot exclusive cover with like the green sprayed edges and the pink cover, and oh my god, it's just absolutely stunning. I'm so excited that I have this. Honestly, it's just absolutely beautiful and I've wanted it for ages. And it has like the art on the inside of the dust jacket. It's just absolutely stunning, and honestly I can't believe that my friend gave this to me. Like, she just told me I could have it, and it honestly, my friends are so generous and I love them. All right, next are all of the books that I bought for myself, which is a lot. As I've said, I think in my last book haul, I'm just like having lots of fun like rebuilding my book collection again, because I unhauled like a couple hundred books a few months ago, and I am like kind of like rediscovering and relearning what I enjoy reading. So I'm just having lots of fun like getting new books and reading them. So first off, I'm going to show you The Memory Police by Yoko Ogawa. This is another translated fiction. I believe it's translated from Japanese. This is a dystopian novel, and it's set in this world where there are the memory police, and things just kind of disappear like one by one. I've already started reading it. I'm not too far in yet, but like right off the bat, like birds literally disappear like from everybody's memory. They don't know what they're called. They are just erased from existence altogether, and we don't know why. And so far I'm really enjoying it, and it's very short, and I'm just having so much fun. I am really glad that I decided to pick this one up. The next book I have is the hardcover of Bunny by Mona Awad. I just needed this edition, to be honest. I read it in the orange paperback form, which I loved, but I gave that one to my mum, and I ended up getting the hardcover for myself, and I'm so glad I did. I ended up finding a copy for like a pretty good price, honestly. I wasn't expecting to find it for like too cheap, but this was actually like normally priced, which was really nice. This was one of my favorite books that I read last year. I will leave a timestamp to my favorite books of 2021 because this might be in it somewhere. Not going to tell you what number it is, but long story short, I really loved it to at least get in my top 10 of the year, and so I really needed the hardcover, and I'm obsessed with it, and I'm really glad I have the hardcover now. I don't normally use Facebook, but I have been finding so many reasonably priced like hardcover books on there on Facebook Marketplace. So I'm going to show you what I got from there. The first one I got is Witches Steeped in Gold, which is the Fairy Loot edition, which I'm just honestly obsessed with. It's so pretty. I haven't read this one yet. I really want to, but I just, as soon as I saw this and it was like actually pretty cheap considering it's like a special edition, I knew I needed to have it because I think this is a YA fantasy series I'm really gonna love. And again, it has like the really stunning artwork on the inside of the dust jacket, and I couldn't say no to this. Like, I am just obsessed. It's about two witches who end up teaming up together to try and hunt down the woman who is trying to destroy their world, and I'm just really excited for it. I think I'm gonna love it, and it's so stunning. I'm so happy. So the next book that I ended up buying from Marketplace was The Maidens by Alex Michaelides, and honestly, I have heard mixed things about this one. I have heard like really good things or really disappointing things. Like, people seem to really either love or hate this. Like, there's no real in between, so I'm very curious to see where I stand. I'm very intrigued about this one because it is a dark academia novel. I have heard it's very similar to The Secret History by Donna Tartt, but I haven't read that, so I'm hoping, because I haven't read that I'll really enjoy this still, because I've found a lot of people who read and loved The Secret History hated this, but then like other people have loved this. I'm just gonna like read this, like go in face first and just like see how I go, and hopefully I end up really liking it. The next book I have is one that I'm so excited about. I have wanted this in my collection for the longest time. I haven't read it yet, but I only just got it like the other day and it's very high up on my TBR, and that is Black Girl Unlimited by Echo Brown. This one is like part memoir but also part fantasy. So it's about Echo Brown, who is a wizard from the east side of Cleveland. Portals start opening up when Echo transfers to a rich white school on the west side, and a insightful teacher becomes her mentor, and she ends up traveling between worlds, and it just sounds really interesting. Also, I've heard it makes people cry, so we'll see how I go, but I'm so excited for this. I think it's absolutely stunning, the cover as well, and I've just heard like nothing but good things about this one, so I'm just very excited that I have this. Next up, I have What About Love by Bell Hooks. This is the first Bell Hooks novel I've ever picked up. I have started reading this one as well. This is like one of the freaking 5 books that I am currently reading at the moment. I have so many on the go. It is getting ridiculous. This basically just explores the question, what is love? And so far from what I've read, it's really beautifully written, and I'm very much enjoying it so far. Next up is a graphic novel that is Censor by Junji Ito. I adore Junji Ito's work from what I've read so far. I had to get his new one. This one only came out I think pretty recently. I think it's one of his newest ones. I think it's about like hair, but honestly I don't know. I want all of his work, and so as soon as I saw this finally in a bookstore, I decided to get it and pick it up. Also, it's literally beautiful. Like, it's got like his art on the inside. I'm so excited for this. So hopefully I'm gonna read this one soon, because it is one of his shorter novels from what I can see. And yeah, next I ended up getting Night Bitch by Rachel Yoder. I saw this I think a couple of months ago on someone's booktube channel. I can't remember where I saw it, but I have seen this compared to Bunny in terms of like weirdness, and I do really like weird novels and weird movies in general, so I'm very much intrigued about this. All I really know about this one, apart from it being weird, is it explores motherhood, and it is about a mother who at night turns into a dog. And that's literally all I know, but I'm really excited to see how I feel about it. And also I'm obsessed with the cover. Like, I think the cover is so freaking cool, and I can't wait to read it. The next book is another book that I'm really looking forward to, and is basically at the top of my TBR. I'm just not starting it because I am already reading too many things at once at the moment. But that is Luster by Raven Lalani. First of all, obsessed with the cover. I think this might be one of my all-time favorite covers. I just love it, like so much. For this one, I'm just gonna read the synopsis. It says, Edie is just trying to survive. She's messing up in her dead-end admin job in her all-white office, is sleeping with all the wrong men, and has failed at the only thing that meant anything to her, painting. No one seems to care that she doesn't really know what she's doing with her life beyond looking for the next hookup. Then she starts dating Eric, a white middle-aged archivist with a suburban family, including a wife who has sort of agreed to an open marriage, and an adopted black daughter who doesn't have a single person in her life who can show her how to do her hair. As if navigating the constantly shifting landscape of sexual and racial politics as a young black woman wasn't already hard enough, with nowhere else left to go, Edie finds herself falling headfirst into Eric's home and family life. I'm just so excited about this. I've heard so many good things, and I want to read it literally right now, but I'm not going to. Like, I'm telling myself not to, just because I need to finish one of my other books that I've got going on. But oh my god, I'm so excited for this one. Next, I have The Nature of Witches by Rachel Griffin. This is another one that I've really been wanting for a long time. I don't know too much about this one, but the magic system in here basically depends on the seasons. I believe the main character, Clara, has magic which is tied to every single season, which is very rare. And I've heard this one delves a little bit into climate change as well, which just sounds really interesting to me. And I've just heard, honestly, really good things about this in general, so I'm really excited about it. I don't know when I'm gonna read this. Hopefully as soon as I'm in a fantasy kind of mood, I will pick this one up, but I just think I'm gonna really love this. And also, can we just appreciate the inside of the hardcover. It is so beautiful. Next up, I have a little bit of a hyped novel, and I'm really intrigued to see how I feel about this. I think I'm gonna love it because I tend to love like trashy, like paranormal romance. So I think I'm gonna really enjoy this one, but I have heard it has its issues. But that is From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I finally picked it up. It was like on sale and I decided to just get it because normally it's really expensive, but I got it for a little bit cheaper, which is nice. This, I didn't realize how freaking heavy this book is. It's so thick. Even for a 600-page book, this is like dense. Like, this is a really heavy book. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know too much about what this is about. I know the main character's name is Poppy. Yeah, I've had friends recommend it to me because I was looking for something similar to A Court of Silver Flames and they recommended this, and I'm just really excited about it. I think I'm gonna love it, but we'll see. The next book I ended up ordering for myself is The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. I have heard so many really positive things about this. This is about two sisters who are black, and one of the sisters ends up living as a black woman and the other sister secretly passes for white, and she moves away and lives as a white woman. I believe they end up joining back together and seeing how their lives intersect and connect, and it's just meant to be really good. I don't know like too much else apart from that, but I'm just really excited. Like, since I read like Such a Fun Age, I think this one kind of like popped up as a recommendation from Goodreads, I think, and also I've just heard lots of good things in general, so I am very much looking forward to this one. Next, I have My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Atessa Moshfegh, and this one will be my first Atessa novel. I've been seeing this around like a fair bit lately, and I am just very intrigued. This is definitely like out of my usual comfort zone from the past few years, but that's kind of like what I'm enjoying at the moment anyway. All I know is that this follows a woman who is depressed and she ends up going away for a year to rest and relax, and that's all I really know. Next up, I have a book that I have already read and absolutely loved. It is also in my top 10 video, and that is The Charm Offensive by Alison Koshren, and this is a male-male romance. It basically follows the idea of The Bachelor, but like what would happen if the Bachelor contestant fell in love with a producer, and it goes from there. It does a really beautiful job of exploring mental illness, and it's just so well written, and it's really funny as well. Like, I absolutely love this, and I flew through it. I picked this one up completely on a whim, having heard like nothing about it, and I'm so glad I did. The last book that I'm hauling today is Shoko Smile, and this is a short story collection. I don't know too much about this one. It says the title story, like Shoko Smile, is about the fraught friendship between a Korean girl and a Japanese girl unfolding over 13 years as they struggle with their dreams. And I know there's some other short stories in here as well which would have different descriptions, but I've heard really good things about this one. I'm not normally like a short story slash anthology kind of person. I know this isn't an anthology, it's the same author, but I'm very curious to see how I go with this one. In the past, I haven't enjoyed a lot of anthologies and things of that nature, so I'm hoping I really like this one because it is a different kind of step away from the type of anthology and short story collections that I used to read or attempt to read. So hopefully this one's really good. I've heard really positive things about it overall, and it seems to be like gaining lots of popularity as well. Fingers crossed that I like this one because I'm like excited for it. I'm just kind of like also nervous about not absolutely loving it because they are short stories, but we'll see. Okay, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I have hauled so many books since I did my last haul on this channel, but honestly, I'm just so excited for all of these, and they are like all books that have been like on the top of my like to buy list and to read list, and I'm just really hyped about so many of them. Let me know if you've read any of these books or whether you think I should prioritize any over the other, because honestly it's gonna be a little bit hard to narrow down what ones I want to read, apart from like Luster and Night Bitch. Like they're at the top, but like apart from that I'm kind of all over the place. Remember to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and subscribe to the channel as well. I hope you have a good day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you all later.